Hi friends. Okay, today is a new video about the BMW S1000 single R. This is the 2017 model. I'm going to share various features and options that we can practically use in Indian conditions. Also at the end I'm going to show you about the launch control option on this bike. That is very rare with most of the bikes, so this bike has a launch control which I am going to share at the end. Let's first do a walk around and then I'll tell you about the features. Let's go. Okay, I'm going to start with the Akrapovic can. This comes standard with this bike, and I am assuming that to make that 114 Newton meters of torque at 9200 RPM, this is what BMW might have thought to introduce with this bike, because this Akrapovic can does not come with its elder sibling S1000 RR. So I am assuming it is got to do with the torque at the low RPMs. Next is the HP wheels. These are the aluminium forged wheels. This is an additional package on this bike, so I have got HP aluminium forged wheels on the rear and on the front as well. Also with these wheels you will see that we have got 90-degree angled air valve stems. These are very handy. So whenever if you are riding on the track, in order to check the air pressure, these are very handy and very convenient. About the aluminium forged wheels, these wheels are about 3 kgs lighter than the stock cast wheels, and they really help in the agility of the bike, direction changes, acceleration, braking, everything is improved in comparison to the cast wheels. So the quick shifter and the auto blipper is the best part of this bike. This is the feature that I love the most. Very convenient to have gear changes on the spirited rides, especially when you downshift. So the brubble and the crackle on the exhaust, I really love it. Sometimes only for fun's sake I would upshift and then downshift again to hear that exhaust burble and the crackle. So I love this. This is the part of the bike which I love the most. This is the steering damper on the bike, which really comes handy when you are in spirited riding mode. It avoids and prevents some sort of tank slappers and the wobble. So very important for a 1000cc naked super bike. It is very important and comes very handy. Okay, now we are going to talk about the electronic features on the bike. First we will talk about the modes. So this bike has got 4 different riding modes: rain, road, dynamic pro. The rain mode is the least powerful mode as per BMW, so full amount of torque is not available. Currently, as you see, I am in the dynamic mode. So with this mode button here, you can change on the fly whichever mode you want to be in. Dynamic Pro mode as per BMW should be used on the track where we have very good grip conditions. Generally I would ride in the dynamic mode. So this mode has least intrusive ABS, traction control, and there is one important thing which BMW mentions about various modes. In the rain mode, so let's go back to the rain mode. Okay, we are above. So in this rain mode, BMW also has one valve in the Akrapovic exhaust which it says as the acoustic valve. So in the rain mode, the acoustic valve is shut and the exhaust would not be very loud. So in the other mode, so for example in the road, the acoustic valve is opened and it is a bit louder. This is not a very loud exhaust, but it is, in comparison to the road mode, it is a bit louder. Next we go to the heated grips. So this is a good to have feature. You can use the heated grips. So if you press the heated grips, you can see that there is a grips icon there. It has got two modes, so one is full heating and the other is 50% heat. So this particular option is good to have, I would say, because only in the northern part of the country it gets really cold only in few months like December, January and February, but it is a good addition in those days when your hands get really numb because of the cold, when the temperature is really low. So it is a good to have. It is not necessarily very important, but good to have feature. Okay, now we go on to the left side of the handlebar and you can see this suspension switch. This bike has got electronic suspension, so with the flick of a button like this you can change. It has got two modes in suspension. One is road. I generally keep it in the road mode, and the other is the dynamic. So in the dynamic mode the bike becomes a bit stiff, which sometimes is really stiff for the road because there are potholes or etc., and the bike behaves really stiff. But if you are on the track, probably this would be a better option. Also this bike, you can change the setting of the suspension. You can see there is only one helmet, so for one rider, if you keep the button pressed, now you can see two helmets. That means now the bike is tuned for two riders, so that comes very handy. This is I love this option. On the flick of a button you can change the suspension settings from, I go back to the one rider and then I would change it to the road because I love the road mode. It is soft, not really soft, but very good. You can glide over the potholes etc. with the road mode. It is a comfortable mode for me. Okay, so the next is the cruise control. So this is the cruise control button. You can remove the safety, and with this small button you can engage the cruise control because we are not moving at the moment, so cruise control would not come into effect. So it is a good feature, so I would lock it again. This is a good feature if you are doing very long rides. For example, like when I did last February Jaisalmer ride, sometimes it is helpful because you want to give your right hand wrist a bit of a rest. So cruise control comes in handy when only in very long straight stretches etc. So it is also a good to have, but not really mandatory feature. Okay, so the last mode or the last feature that I am going to show you is the launch control. This bike is also equipped with a launch control, which generally people use in the races on the race track in order to launch the bike. So I am going to show you how to activate the launch control. So first, for a launch control you need to crank the engine. So we are going to crank the engine. Now you can see the bike is in dynamic mode, so launch control only gets activated in the dynamic or the dynamic pro mode. So what you have to do to activate launch control, just press and hold the starter button and you will see launch control getting activated. So you can see the shift light is solid and you can see there it says 3 L and CON. 3 means that you have 3 chances for launch control before the clutch gets too hot and the BMW would disable the launch control mode. So good mode for racing, or maybe sometime like I would do on the red lights. Hopefully you like the launch control mode as well. So I'm going to switch off the bike now. Hopefully friends, you like the video and the features that I mentioned. So please like, subscribe and share. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.